Fresh Russian attacks are being reported in Ukraine following massive gains by Kyiv in the east of the country. Russian missiles damaged a reservoir near President Zelensky's hometown, the central city of Kryvyi Rih, putting one of Ukraine's largest urban areas at risk of flooding. Attacks have also been reported in the east of the country, in the Kharkiv region, where Ukrainian forces have pushed back the Russian army. President Zelensky has visited one of the liberated towns in a show of defiance. But alongside the celebrations, evidence is emerging of alleged atrocities committed during the Russian occupation.
Funerals have begun in Azerbaijan, a day after border clashes with Armenia killed scores of soldiers on both sides. The two countries have been fighting over the mountainous area of Nagorno-Karabakh for decades. But this is the deadliest violence between the neighbours since a 6-week war killed over 6,500 people in 2020. Armenia said that Azerbaijani shelling had forced at least 2,750 people to flee their homes. The ex-Soviet countries have traded blame for the flare-up of hostilities.
Arriving in Samarkand airport, it's the Chinese president's first foreign trip in over 2 years. Uzbekistan's third largest city is hosting the 2-day Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. And President Xi Jinping will meet his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin for the first time since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It's expected that the partnership between the two nations, as well as the war, will be high on the agenda. Since the start of the conflict, Beijing has adopted an ambiguous position towards Moscow and even abstained from a United Nations General Assembly vote towards a resolution, where its ambassador threw veiled shots at Ukraine's Western allies.
Well, it looks like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's 2 children will not be receiving full royal titles. The Sun is reporting that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's 2 children, 3-year-old Archie and 1-year-old Lilibet, will not have the His or Her Royal Highness status, but they will be Prince and Princess. When the line of succession shifted following the death of Queen Elizabeth II, a few royal titles changed. Because William is now the heir to the throne, he became the Prince of Wales and Kate Middleton became the Princess of Wales. Their oldest son George is second in line, followed by Charlotte and Louis, and then Prince Harry is 5th in line with his 2 kids, 6th and 7th. Harry and Meghan's title did not change from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Tonight, a race against the clock to stop a supply chain crisis and travel nightmare, with 60,000 rail workers threatening to strike tomorrow at midnight. Amtrak now canceling its long-distance trips on 14 routes. Nearly all of its trains outside the Northeast Corridor would be impacted, with possible shutdowns of local commuter lines. Nearly a third of the freight in this country is moved by rail, everything from oil to cars to crops. Railroad companies have shed thousands of workers in recent years, with profits soaring. Washington trying to broker a deal.
The main area of disagreement is that there's no sick leave for the workers.
An armed woman, since identified as Sally Hafez, stormed a bank in downtown Beirut late in the morning, demanding access to her savings. With the support of other angry customers, she was given a total of $13,000, which she says she needed to pay for her sister's cancer treatment. Now, she says she's left the country. Hostage situations and armed robberies in banks have become increasingly frequent in Lebanon, where customers have largely been locked out of their savings since the economic crisis began in 2019. Only last month, a man held up another Beirut bank, demanding to withdraw his own savings to treat his sick father.
Indonesia wants a new capital and it's spending nearly $33 billion to get it. The Indonesian government's plan is to move the capital from Jakarta on the island of Java 2,000 kilometers away to a new purpose-built city called Nusantara in East Kalimantan province on the island of Borneo. The relocation is expected to take decades, but the plan is to move the first government offices and bureaucrats there starting 2024.
Jakarta is disappearing, slowly being swallowed by the sea. An abandoned mosque, now a monument to the city's bleak future. Scientists estimate as much as a third of it could be lost by 2050. Millions are at risk.